This program is proudly brought to you by Vodacom Business SD-WAN, your digital partner of choice. Search Vodacom Business. Further together. Vodacom Business.
Welcome to Digital Future. I'm your host, Colette Prince. So today's episode, we're exploring the healthcare industry and the types of digital transformation taking place in this space. Joining me now is the founder and CEO at RecoMed, Sheraan Amod. Sheraan, welcome.
Thanks so much.
So Sheraan, RecoMed is now one of the largest healthcare booking marketplaces in sub-Saharan Africa. So can you just tell me why you ventured into this path?
RecoMed is the largest, and we really were trying to create a booking.com-like experience, but for doctors and clinics and the entire healthcare sector. You know, I wondered 7 years ago why it was so easy to book a flight online, to book hospitality like an accommodation, a hotel online. You could do so at night from your phone or your computer 24/7 in a couple of clicks of a mouse, and yet to book a doctor, we have to wait in queues or we have to stand on the phone and wait. This didn't make any sense to me. And at the time, I was living overseas in the United States where I could do everything online. And returning back to South Africa, my parents are both doctors, I decided to build a platform where we could book healthcare online.
Yeah, so you did touch a bit on how you can basically book a doctor online, like a booking.com kind of system. Can you just get more or dive in a bit deeper into how the system works?
Sure. So any consumer can log on to www.recomed.co.za. On there, they can search for any type of doctor, let's say a general practitioner, in any location or suburb that they're in. So we're in Parkmore. You can search for a general practitioner in Parkmore, Sandton, Cape Town, wherever you may be, and a results list will come up of all the doctors in that region who accept online bookings. You can have a look at what they look like. You can see where their practice is, read recommendations from other patients, and most importantly, make that booking from the phone or the tablet or the computer 24/7.
Looking at the development of healthcare technology platforms in South Africa, just in general, and you did mention how you were overseas and then you came to South Africa and you saw kind of like a gap in the market. Do you think we are progressing, especially in the healthcare system, at all?
I'm reminded of this famous quote where a very famous person once said there are decades when nothing happens and there's weeks when decades happen. And last year, if we think back 15 months ago, we had a lockdown, and that was a time of unprecedented innovation in healthcare. In fact, our healthcare regulatory body issued guidance that finally allowed telehealth to become a reality in South Africa. So the space is really exploding in terms of innovation and new platforms. And I think what's really exciting is that African entrepreneurs now have something to offer the global market because we're innovating, we're learning how to deliver these solutions at low cost and low bandwidth over smartphones and feature phones, which has never been done anywhere in the world. Recently, I was admitted to the 14th class of the Harambee Entrepreneur Alliance, and this is an alliance of entrepreneurs around Africa who have started different technology ventures, and we compare what we've done and how this may impact other countries. And having seen what they're working on in Nigeria and Kenya and Egypt and elsewhere, I'm very, very encouraged for the future of innovation for the continent.
Yeah, but speaking of innovation, it always comes with a bit of challenge and, you know, getting that up and running, especially since this is quite new and quite like innovative, especially in the country. What are some of the challenges that you're specifically facing?
I love the fact that our environment is so full of challenges. So there's this concept in business where companies that start in hostile environments are going to be more resilient and more innovative. And back to my previous point around how African companies now have the opportunity to take the world by storm. That is simply because of our challenges of data, our challenges of pricing, our challenges around the customers who perhaps are a little bit slower to adopt because these are very new platforms in our market. So we have many challenges to deal with, and not least of all, the funding challenge for African technology businesses. Now, when we add all of that up, entrepreneurs have to be extremely innovative and novel in how they approach these problems and what kind of businesses they build. But it is out of this hostile environment that they create fantastic companies, and I think there's going to be a lot of potential for them in future.
Yeah. And really just at the heart of it all is pretty much accessibility, because you have such a great model and it all seems great and you're keen on facing all these challenges, but the truth is accessibility. So how can technology be made more accessible into the healthcare system?
I think we have a lot to thank to Google and Apple and the major technology giants of the world, because this is how we have smartphones. We have second, third, fourth generation smartphones ending up in people's pockets who really don't have a lot of income. And we're finding in our business, a lot of our users are from rural areas because they don't want to spend airtime waiting on the phone. They want to quickly get online and make a booking with a provider in their area. So we find that this democratization of technology and the lowering of costs and allowing everybody to have a smartphone in their pocket has really created a massive audience for accessibility for technology products. And I think that the best is yet to come.
Yeah. Well, that's really great. I think what you guys are doing is amazing, and I love the concept of it having like a booking.com for a doctor, which is quite smart actually in a greater, broader scheme of things.
Thank you so much.
That was Sheraan Amod, founder and CEO of RecoMed. Until next time, goodbye.
This program was proudly brought to you by Vodacom Business SD-WAN, your digital partner of choice. Search Vodacom Business. Further together. Vodacom Business.